I am a broken man. This is baby steps. There's a fine line between genius and insanity, and I think Bennett Foddy knows exactly which side of that line both of his feet are firmly planted on. There has to be something said about a man who can design a 10-hour-long rage game that after you've finished it, after you've finally freed yourself from that frustration, you sit there and you contemplate continue playing it because you know there's more to see and you want to see it. Baby Steps on the surface is a simple game. Put one foot in front of the other. It's a walking simulator for masochists. Then what do you want from the man who brought you QWOP all those years ago? Each mouse button or controller trigger controls a single leg. You can manipulate it as needed with either WAS and D or the thumbstick. And then, when you're happy, you put your foot down solidly on terra firma, and then you lift the next one up. That's it. There you go. You have conquered baby steps. Simplicity and purity honed down to a fine point. Left foot, right foot. Of course, once you've mastered the art of walking, then you need to learn other simple things, like stairs or ladders. That's easy though, right? The same principle applies. You're just putting one foot in front of the other. Like I did 37,364 times. That was the number of steps that I took on my journey. My Sisyphean anguish. Every step forward was a triumph, and every slide backwards was a testament to my failure. Like life, the road before you in baby steps is not flat, simple, elegant, or clean. It's littered with obstacles trying to trip you up or make you fall 75 feet into a rushing river. It's a slippery slope where one moment each step is a breeze, you're soaring like Icarus, and then hubris will just pluck you from the sky and deliver you into the waiting deeps. I have to take my hat off, honestly though. I've never been filled with such incandescent rage and determination at simply climbing a flight of stairs before. That's what you'd expect from a rage game though, something designed to frustrate and infuriate you with every challenge it lays at your feet. You start the game unable to even walk several steps in a row, and by the end of it, you're scaling vertical walls with your little piggies. Another reviewer mentioned at one point if the game got easier the longer you played it, like if there was a skill that you were improving to get better at walking, because they simply refused to believe that they had learned how to press the buttons correctly. It would be easy to just talk about accomplishments in this game. By the end of it, you're cruising, wind in your hair, song in your step. Except even then, when you're at that point, you can still just forget how to stand up properly. Normally, that happens at the worst time as well. It's never when you're just kind of stood doing something. It's always just inconveniently as you're doing something high pressure or with stakes. You just forget, falls out of your brain like you over the edge of that cliff. The game also does a wonderful job of coaxing you off the beaten path, which then just adds to your triumph and torment, fills you with optional goals or neat hats that can accompany you on your journey. And as long as you're willing to perform the necessary tricks, those rewards are pretty easy to obtain, or are just a world away and you never know how. Of course, you shouldn't celebrate wearing that hat too early though, because even if you do obtain it, you have something shiny and perfect for not very long, because one tumble too many and off it goes. Which then presents you with a new dilemma and a new quest. Are you going to press on? Or are you going to go back for something as simple as a hat? That's the thing with baby steps. There's more going on here than just the simple walking simulator. You see, beneath that concept, it also feels like the game is trying to say something about something. Nathan, the main character, or Nate to everyone, puts himself in these predicaments by virtue of his own actions. Even the start of the game has that problem where he just asks the first NPC that's trying to help him, are they going to stop him from leaving? Or can he just go now? At times, he feels socially awkward and just reacting how he does out of a strong desire to just be anywhere else than right here, right now. It also feels like it could be saying something about gamers, lowercase g, and their desire to just get on with it, not deal with NPCs in their path. Yeah, I get it, I understand, I don't need these things, I'm good, I can do it. Nate doesn't want tutorials, or explanations, or to know how things work. Other NPCs have maps, and grappling hooks, and other tools to help them with their ascent up the mountain. Nate doesn't. Nate doesn't even have shoes. He doesn't need them. It just adds to your infuriation. Nate is making the game harder for you because he's just being a turd. It all feels fit for purpose though. The game is going to be plastered all over your favourite streamers' channels, a subsection of the player base known for not engaging with trifling concepts like tutorials and help screens are going to jump at this, which then means you in turn will take delight every time they trip or stumble. It's a schadenfreude simulator. Every anguished cry. It's a misery of their own making. In this situation, they are Nate. And just like Nate's ability to infuriate, the music of this game adds just another layer on top of an already stressful situation. The music feels like a community college rendition of Stomp, an amalgamation of noises that carry a tune somehow, and that will be your entertainment for the evening. At first, you think it's quirky and neat, and oh yeah, there's kind of something going on here. And then by hour 8, when you're slowly trying to cross a perilous chasm, it just blends seamlessly along with every other aspect of the game that's intending to upset you and make you fall over. It's camouflaged Lego in the carpet, just aiding in your downfall. So, where does that leave us? Baby steps will set you back £16.99 or €19.99 or $29.99 Australian dollary dues. I'm guessing also around 20 of the US dollars, which that's great. No early launch nonsense, just straight in at standard. I like when a game does that. It's simplicity. Another case of just one foot in front of the other. Our playthrough took 11 hours and 51 minutes, which gave us a grand total of 37,364 steps to reach our destination. If you're beelining it and you're good, you can get this done in maybe 8-9 hours. If you want to see everything that is on this mountain, you could be looking closer to between 15 and 20, depending on how good you are at getting over some of these puzzles. During this time, we unlocked a single achievement out of the 13 available. 1 in 13, because the vast majority of them are for optional challenges that you can encounter. One of them is also for being the master of efficiency and completing the game in under 9,000 steps. But if you do that on your first playthrough, you'll be missing out on a lot of the weird and wonderful sights you can see, and also you should probably be doing something else better with your time than playing this, because you are clearly a genius. It would be easy to sit here and say some cliched line about how baby steps is an acquired taste. That's all games? All games will have people who either like them or dislike them based on their merits. There was a moment during playing where I was wondering which direction I'd end up swinging in when it came to the score that's attached to this one. I mean, we are talking about a game that sets out with the core goal in mind of raising your heart rate. And yet, it's so well designed that when those credits roll, you wonder about the sights that you've missed and all of the undiscovered anger that comes with it. Baby Steps was a game that, since its initial reveal, had me wanting to play it. And even now, after I've finished it and reached levels of rage I never knew possible, I want to go back round for another go. There's no higher level of praise I can honestly give this. I can count the number of bugs or issues I had on one hand. I fell through a staircase once and I got my legs stuck. I don't think there was anything else apart from, oh yeah, I lost a hat through a floor. That's it. There you go. 3. That was all. Everything comes together in such a way that it all serves a purpose here. Even the infuriatingly annoying music. I want to mark this down, but I can't. And I think that's the point. It's smart, it's absurd, it's aggravating, and even touching at the end. And I'm sure this game will end up being polarizing, because that way, more people are going to talk about it, and that's great. Because, to be honest, I think that just sings its praises even more when you have people irrationally angry about a game that's meant to make them angry. You see, Bennett Foddy is an evil genius. Also, shout out to Ape Out. There was nowhere else I could mention it in this video, and I wanted to mention it somewhere, so it's getting mentioned here. Ape Out. Great game. Go play it. Anyway, watching players work through his creations, Bennett Foddy is like Jigsaw, as people try to figure out just how exactly they ended up in this predicament, and what for the life of them they can do to get out of it. And the answer is staring them right in the face. Of course! It's just as simple as it was at the beginning. One foot in front of the other. Baby steps.